Hi everyone, my name is Gianna and I'm one of the executive producers of The Daily Ram. I thought a cute idea for this video would be to show all of you how we're getting through this quarantine with a little bit of help from our furry friends. So let's get right to it. So this is my cat Roxy. She's 15 and a fun fact about her is that she only has one eye. I found her in the squirrel shop when I was like 4 years old. So here's what she looks like close up and she's so cute and I love her so much.
Hi everyone, this is Leila Cox, the host on The Daily Ram, and this is my pet dog, Sammy. Say hi, Sammy.
Hi guys, this is Ruby from The Daily Ram. Today I have a tiny little guest that I would like for you to meet, and she's here. Her name is Sparkle. She is my little girl, my daughter, my little pup, my everything. She is approximately 2. Honestly, I don't know her age. I know it's horrible, but no matter how old she is, she's always gonna be my little girl. And what I love most about her is that she loves to cuddle, she loves to play, she's very sassy and loves to eat my food, but I still love her anyway.
It's Chris here. I'm with my cat. His name is Bandit. He's also very, very sleepy and sneezy. So for now, he's just gonna be chilling right on top of me.
Hey everyone, Joe from The Daily Ram. Usually behind the camera, but for the at-home editions, you might see me in the front a little bit. I adopted Stevie right at the beginning of quarantine. I rehomed her from someone that was looking for to get rid of their cat because they were getting a new roommate that had allergies, and I had the privilege of meeting this lovely girl. There she is. She doesn't like to be held, but she would let me pick her up for a little bit. This is Stevie.
Hi everyone, welcome back to The Daily Ram. My name is Amatucci. I'm actually assistant director for the show, but this is my first time in front of the camera, and I'll be sharing some tips and tricks I have with you guys to staying healthy and active during quarantine. My first tip, get moving as much as possible. We're stuck inside right now, just sitting doing online classes, and it's different from when we were at URI and we would just walk across campus just to go to class and we got all our steps in very easily. But now we don't have that, so it's good to set aside breaks throughout the day and get moving. Our hosts have been doing lots of stuff to stay active. We've been doing workout videos on YouTube, going on walks, going for a run. I also like to jump rope in my yard. It's a great form of cardio. If you don't have a neighborhood, you can run around in easily.
It's Chris here. One of the ways that I like to stay active is by going for walks in the woods. It's a great way to stay moving, to stay focused, and who knows, maybe you'll even find your next adventure. Hopefully you have better balance than I do though.
There's so many videos you can find on YouTube for abs, cardio, weightlifting. You can find any videos on it, especially yoga and Pilates too. My second tip is to eat healthy as much as you can. As I said before, we're stuck inside, we're not moving as much. Our bodies aren't used to this sudden change, especially when we're walking outside, going to class every day and we're always on the move. So eating healthy is really gonna help your body and it's gonna make you feel great. One of my favorite snacks is a quick berry smoothie. I just take frozen berries from my freezer and blend it with coconut water. It's super simple, and sometimes I'll even do it with frozen pineapple too. My final tip is to meditate and practice mindfulness when you can. This time is really stressful for all of us, especially going into finals week, and it's important to disconnect every once in a while. So if you can in the morning or at night, shut off your phone, put on a guided meditation video from YouTube, or do some yoga. My favorite is Yoga with Adriene on YouTube. If you would like to check her out, her videos are really great. Those are all the tips I have, but if you would like to check out more, take a look at the College of Health Sciences page at web.uri.edu under the News tab, and they have some great tips and tricks to staying healthy during this time. And stay tuned for our next segment of The Daily Ram.
Hey everybody, Joe from the Daily Ram here. And as a part of our at-home show, we wanted to do a little segment about movies and TV shows. And I figured I'd do stuff that's a little bit more accessible. So right now we're sticking with Netflix. And so today we're going to be talking about Netflix original. It came out in January of this year, starring RuPaul, and it's called AJ and the Queen. Now, AJ and the Queen it's a fun ride. It's an adventure, and the reason why I suggest it in our at-home show is because we're stuck inside a little bit. We want to get out on a little adventure, and so who better to do it with than RuPaul? Now, RuPaul's going to play someone named Robert, also Ruby Red. It's a very vaguely disguised version of RuPaul. It's a fun kind of experience of RuPaul's career in a quick little thing, because RuPaul's going to go on a little road adventure to accumulate some money that was stolen from him from a boyfriend, and he's going to take this little girl AJ, who is a homeless 8-year-old living on the streets of New York, who breaks into his house, steals some stuff, and they're going to go on this adventure together. And the themes that it touches on about like the ideals of family and what makes a family nowadays, maturity, especially in today's world, people mature quicker with the life that AJ goes through, deals with drug addiction. And so we learn a lot of acceptance between a little girl who is homeless and doesn't understand the world quite, that gets thrown into the world of drag and is going to all these drag shows with RuPaul, and it's amazing. And you're gonna see all different drag queens along the way, from Bianca Del Rio to Latrice Royale, and you're gonna see some beautiful shows. You're gonna hear Barbra Streisand, you're gonna hear Cher, you're gonna hear Miley Cyrus, and it's just good to watch. I binged it in a day because I was sitting at home. And you go on an adventure from New York to Texas. I believe we even go to like Arizona. And you just get to see some beautiful musical numbers, and you get to have some fun. And it's RuPaul, and it's wonderful. And it led to RuPaul's first SNL hosting gig, so that's amazing too. So give it a watch and let us know how you feel about it. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, my name is Chris Alves, and I'm here with the Daily Ram reporting to you live from quarantine to discuss one of my favorite topics, astrology. A lot of people take issue with astrology because a lot of popularized media portrays it as a convenient little way to shape everyone and place them into 12 convenient stagnant boxes, when actually it's a lot more complex than that and features different planets, all these different asteroids, and even the exact position of the sun in the sky on the day you were born, and how that all can sort of have its own impact on the way you as a person interact with others and yourself. And I'm going to talk about the big 3 positions that really make an impact. Those being your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So I want to start by talking about your rising sign. So your rising, or ascendant as some call it, focus all on perception. It's how you see the world, and it's how the world sees you. So, for example, people with a certain ascendant can sort of affect your appearance. For example, a lot of Leo ascendants have this very long, beautiful hair, or maybe it's a long beard, some form of mane that they can sort of show off about themselves. However, it's not always just appearance. It can also sort of affect how others sort of see you in a personality sort of way. For example, Cancer ascendants specifically, have this sort of tendency to be the mom friend of your group. People sort of look to them as someone who you care very much about. They're like your big brother, your big sister, or maybe even on the off side, like your little brother or little sister. It can also really come into play in how you perceive others. For example, a lot of Virgo ascendants are really good at making analytical decisions about people. They're very quick to judgment, but usually those judgments are more often than not very correct. Next, I want to talk to you about sun signs. Sun signs are the ones that everyone know. When people ask you, what's your sign? It's your answer. And it's your answer for a reason. Because your sun sign is sort of like your quintessential personality, it's your ego, and it's sort of how you identify yourself. So all of those sort of stereotypes sort of see some truth in this sense. A lot of Libras are flirty and romantic. A lot of Geminis are curious, ask a lot of questions, very social. A lot of Virgos are very smart, analytical. Capricorn's ambitious, Aries energetic. All that kind of stuff can be very true. However, sometimes they're not. Different aspects and different positions can sort of help mold those personalities around and make sure that some things about an Aries are present in a person while some things in an Aries aren't present in that person. It all really depends on your astrological makeup. But at the very basis, that is sort of your main identity. So next, I want to talk about moon signs. Moon signs are your emotional core. It's how you process your emotions and where you find your stability from. For example, a lot of Pisces moons are empathetic to a fault. They get very emotional over the stakes of other people and can be very, very sensitive. However, it can sort of relate in different ways as well, and it can sort of show you where you find your emotional stability. For example, Taurus moons specifically are very much sort of find their comfort and their emotional center in the possessions they have around themselves. They sort of need that sense of financial stability, or they need to have a lot of possessions, or just something physical that they can see and hold and sort of grasp, and sort of that is where they find their emotional center. That is how they find their peace in sort of having this sort of, not even accumulated wealth, it can also be something creative, like pieces of art, maybe they like to sing. They're definitely collectors in some way, shape, or form, because that's where they'll find their emotional peace. So keeping all of this in mind, I hope this was a great way to show you that the astrological sort of field is much more complex than putting people into those 12 specific boxes. Thank you and have a great day.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Daily Ram Cook-Off with your lovely hosts, Ruby and Joe. Joe and I will be doing a cooking challenge where you, our dear witnesses, will get to vote on which recipe you found to be the easiest to make and like the best. I will be making arroz con camarones al ajillo, which translates to sauteed garlic shrimp over white rice. I know it sounds super fancy, but I promise you it is super simple to make and does not require a lot of ingredients. It's actually easy enough for any of you to make at home. For your main ingredients, you will need tomato sauce, evaporated milk, butter, salt and pepper, shrimp, parsley, and minced garlic. First, we're going to add about 4 tablespoons of butter to our pan. We will wait for it to melt before adding the other ingredients. For our next ingredients, we will be adding about 1 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Make sure to mix the salt and pepper evenly around the pan. Next, you will add about 4 tablespoons of minced garlic. Spread the garlic around evenly to make sure it cooks well all around. Give the garlic a good minute to cook evenly on all sides around the pan, making sure to stir occasionally. Now it's time to add the finely chopped parsley, making sure to mix it so it spreads evenly around the pan. Next, we will be adding our shrimp to the pan, once again mixing it evenly with the rest of the ingredients. Mix the ingredients together until you see that it's been evenly spread throughout the pan and mixed well with the shrimp. You can now cover the pan with a lid and allow the shrimp to cook for about 5 to 7 minutes, making sure to stir occasionally to allow the shrimp to cook on all sides. Now that the shrimp is almost cooked, we can add a 1/4 cup of evaporated milk and 3 tablespoons of tomato sauce. Mix the ingredients together really well and once again cover the pan with a lid for another 3 minutes. This will allow the shrimp to finish cooking and take in all the flavor from the ingredients we added. And voila! Your sauteed garlic shrimp should be ready. Just make sure that it is fully cooked before you turn off the stove. For the purpose of this video, I pre-made our white rice, bringing water to a boil with salt to taste and oil, and then adding 2 cups of rice. And here's the final product, you guys. Your sauteed garlic shrimp over white rice is done. I told you it was easy. And now we're gonna send it over to Joe and see what he's got cooking up in the kitchen. Check it out.
Now on my end, I'm going to be making you a chicken cutlet. And then I'm also going to be making you a little hot salad that I came up with last summer. And all you're going to need to do this, just a couple of things. It's not going to take you any more than 15 minutes between prep and cooking. So to start, you just want to get a couple of plates, bowls and stuff. Lay out your chicken once it's thawed out. Get some eggs. I did about 2 eggs here, whisked it together. I've got breadcrumbs where I added paprika, hot red pepper, salt, pepper, and then garlic powder, about a fourth a cup of butter in there. You heated it up, mix it together. That's gonna help it stick with the eggs. All right, with the salad, I just have in here about a cup of spinach, a cup of kale, and then a little olive oil tossed on top of there. We'll get to that though. To start, you just wanna take some salt and pepper and coat your chicken. Not too little, not too much though. And then you can use whatever you fall on the cutting board to just get it on both sides, give it a look. I know on this side I'll need a little bit more. Just a little bit. And then I'll take the pepper and we'll do the same thing. Use the cutting board so we don't waste. And then over here, rub it in. Cool. We're gonna have salt and pepper in the breadcrumbs too, so we don't want to overboard it here. Just gonna take it, put it right in the egg, get it coated. You don't have to leave it in there for too long. And then same thing here in the breadcrumbs. Just try to really get a lot on there. For me, I like a lot of breadcrumbs. I like it to be really crunchy. Once you've got it set, it's perfect. We'll do it again for the other one. It's okay if your fingers are dirty. They're just gonna get dirtier. But once we're putting this on all the raw chicken, raw eggs, and all this, we're gonna wash our hands as we do with this salad. Same thing again, eggs a couple times flipped. Get the breadcrumbs on there. You don't want to miss any corners, just for your preference and for when you're eating. And there you go. We got the same thing. Now just really quick, I'm gonna wash my hands and we're gonna get to the salad. Now for the salad, we already have it set up. Like I said, a cup of spinach, a cup of kale, a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna do the same thing I did for the chicken, just a little bit of salt and pepper on there. Toss it. If you really want to put a little garlic powder, but I've got garlic powder in all this, so I don't need it on there too. Just gonna give it a toss with the olive oil. It's gonna stick to everything. And now we're only gonna be using the frying pan for all this. 2 tablespoons of olive oil for the chicken and for the salad. As you see here, I've got it prepped up. Just about 2 tablespoons to coat the pan. Once we heat that up, we're gonna put on a medium heat. For me here, I have numbers, so it'd be a 5 to a 6. Once it heats up, it's gonna spread and coat the pan. You wanna put these in 5 minutes on each side. That's it. Once they're done, I'll have a plate set up like this with a paper towel just to sit and dry. Same thing with the salad. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, toss it in there. Kale will start to get a little brown, about 2 minutes. And you'll see what it looks like when it's done. All right, once it's all said and done, again, 5 minutes on each end of the chicken, 2 minutes for the kale and the spinach on top of the frying pan. I just wanted to add a little flavor, pop it a little bit. I have a lot of oil on here. So I just took a couple of lemon wheels, squeezed it on top there, and did the same for the kale and the spinach. Important part is I did the carrots after. There was just a lot of flavors, and putting the lemon on top of the carrots takes away from the crunch a little bit too and soaks it. I cut these chicken in half. White bread is not burnt. It looks perfect to me. Same thing with the spinach and the kale. Not a lot of black spots. It's not charred anywhere. It's perfectly well. It's a good summer food. It's a good home time food, really, especially in these times when we're stuck at home. Make something that you can sit on the couch and binge a show with. But the best part is once we get out there with all our friends again, you can make this. You can just double up, triple up on the sizes of the breadcrumbs, eggs, etc. Instead of a pinch of some seasonings, do a bigger pinch. Instead of 2 tablespoons of olive oil, do a little more for bigger portions and bigger sizes. But you can make this for your friends, and it's gonna have a lot of different flavors, some spice, citrus, and the salad is great in the summer. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Vote if you think it's the best. But hey, if you love Rubi's, vote for hers. We're all friends here. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you're doing well.